We are live, but we've got to do a little video first. I didn't realize it'd go live so fast. When you hit the button that goes live, apparently go live. It's weird. And now, of course, I can't find my video. Here's my video. Hello, my good friends. We're going to need a little bit more light here, I think. So I'm going to have to fix that real quick. Again, I was supposed to go live till 9, and I just hit the button because I'm super excited. Like, it's the end of Cthulhu Invades Fairy Tales. We've had such a great campaign. Now, do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor. I'm going to play the video one more time just so I can turn on a light here. I'm going to play our little production video. Can you guys leave some comments? Just let me know you're here. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, wherever you are, I'm going to do my 40-second video real quick, play my thing, and then I'll be right back with you in 2 seconds. But leave me some comments so I know that you're there, okay? Oh, child, let's hit 670. Yes, let's do that. Phil, you're more than welcome. Come on, man. Like, this is our thing. Like, I'm sitting here just reminiscing of this book a little bit. I'm going to talk for a little bit, guys. Sorry about you guys in the back of the creators, but I'll get you on in a minute. Just almost a year ago, we went. That's too glary because of the bag. We went. Oh, what's this? Oh, what is this? Oh, these are pictures. Oh, we went to the Ringos. In fact, here's a picture of me and my wife at the Ringos. There's a picture of the team of us that went to the Ringos and some random guy who just got in the picture. So that's a thing. But that's fine. He was on Spartacus, so like it's like a famous person in your picture. So. But yeah, we've been doing this since 2020. In 2020, I asked people who I thought were more talented than me to be part of this amazing book. We did Cthulhu Invades Oz. Two of the guys who are going to come on in just a minute. One is Pete. Pete was that? I asked his daughter to come on because him and I have been friends for a long time. I asked James to come on because James and I were in the community to do stuff, and we made this beautiful, beautiful book together. That's actually his daughter's art. She is 3,000 times better. In fact, just this pinup from when she did the art increased like 25%, and that was in the same year because that's how talented she is. Oh, there's James right there. James was one of the last guys who got invited. I remember him. I don't remember if he asked. I'll have to ask him when he gets on, like how it went. But getting him in on the book, I had the Wheelers, and I said, "Hey, I have this idea for you." And that's when we found out James's style. James is colorblind, I think. Yes, James is colorblind, right? Yeah, okay. He's colorblind, and like finding like these mute colors really like complemented his work and trying to figure out that. And then in the last couple of books, he's kind of done it himself and tried to figure that out. He's added some new styles. And then we jumped over to Wonderland. Such a wonderful book here. This double thing. This is the one that got Ringo nominated. We're so excited about it. Chris Mads right there, and the art. Just continuing to do these amazing books. There's my wife. She did a full story in here. And I can't be prouder of these books and what we put together. I'm just thumbing through them real quick. Guys, I know you guys are in the back, but I'm so proud of these books. And each one has gotten bigger and bigger and better. We've got some really cool stuff in here. And this Patrick, oh man, Patrick. Silly man once asked me, hey, can I write my own story? And I was like, what? No, you got to write mine. Draw mine? What are you talking about? And this is mine. Did my first manga inspired. Look at that manga fight scene. And everyone doesn't know me. I'm not a big manga anime fan. So, but I know what the kids like. I know what the kids like. Putting this together. Oh, there's James. Man, we just did so. I mean, look at that. Oh, so good. I'm just so proud of this book and getting it done. And then, most recently we jumped over to Neverland, and we canvassed out this one. Some of the backers literally just got it a month ago. And thank you so much if you're watching this, that you came back, because we were super late on getting it out because we had to reprint some Oz, and it's been a while, but just getting this together, these books have just been such a dream, such a fun activity for us to do. And I love my team, each and every one. And from this one to where we are now is really hard because we cut out most of our team. We're used to doing such big books like this. We cut it down to just 20 creative teams. So we had to cut some people, and we had to add some new people. I wanted to add some people we hadn't done before. I mean, it's super fun. And we're so proud of these books. And thank you guys for coming and celebrating for the next till 10:30. So from 9 to 10:30, we're going to celebrate Cthulhu. Cthulhu Invades and what we've done and what we've created. I'm going to hang out with some of my good friends who are in this book. I'm going to bring them on the panel in a minute. But thank you for being here and supporting us. We are funded. We've got 99 minutes to go here. I'll bring it up real quick. Philip Charles wants to hit 670. I want to hit that as well. Well, we got 665, which is great. So we're only 5 away. It's just a beautiful book that we put together. We're going to go over it a whole bunch of times, but I just wanted it there and ready to go. So first up, we're going to get my local friend, Peter. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, good sir?
I am well. I'm about to open this. I know you're not an alcohol. Not an alcohol. I know you're not. This chocolate milk stout, I got this. Remember that Titusville event that you couldn't go to because you COVID, right? I think you had COVID, or you.
Well, there was a thought that it might be COVID, but it did turn out to not be COVID, fortunately. But there were a lot of symptoms. Yeah.
This is one of the tastiest beers I've ever had. They gave it to my wife because my wife didn't get to try it, and I'm stealing it today.
Nice.
Wishes everyone a successful Kickstarter campaign. Thank you, Steven. It's glad to see you getting our feeds, man. Next up, I've got the great James Burton. How are you, good sir?
Greetings and salutations, my friends.
Look at you. The cool background of your stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, I was playing with that a little bit earlier. I'm really proud of the way the art came out for this book. It was.
Oh, I think it looks great.
It really hit like this really weird, eerie story tale, and it was awesome. I'm so excited by it.
Yeah. No, you should be. You should be. It's really good. I'm really excited about it. I think it's one of the most uniques of your art. What I think people could see both you and Peter's daughter. You could see the growth of art. Well, except for maybe in this new one because she didn't draw anything in it. So can we get a pin up?
That said, I mean, if you want a pin up, I'll talk to her about it. Yeah.
Can she do a quick pin up? Because I feel like it needs to be in the book, not just her colors,
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going to say that too, is that she is sort of in this book in the fact that she did the colors for my story for me this time around.
Yeah, she's in it, but she
really. But you can even see the same thing, like because she didn't do her colors for Oz, but she did them for Wonderland and she did them for Neverland. And you can still see that progression, even in just her colors on somebody else's artwork. It's insane. I mean, at the last page of my story, it just looks like it belongs in one of the big two. It's astounding.
No doubt. Yeah, it's been great. And then we've got my boy Stoney, always trusted Stoney.
Hey guys.
Stoney, I
Beer
got to tell
gang.
you, and I think I messed things up for you, and I apologize.
So
So we had a pre-launch meeting, and I said in the message that people who've been to these things a whole bunch of times don't really need to go. So you and like basically everyone in this panel, none of you needed to go to that meeting because it's hey, we're gonna give you the creator copy and blah blah blah, like all the stuff. But
Sure.
Ben showed up super excited, ready to do these things. And I made the mistake of saying, because he was like, how many do I need to do? He was really excited to do some videos. And I said, well, your team's covered. Stoney's going to cover them all. I didn't realize that would make Ben not come to anything. Ben's like, I'm good.
I'll have to give you shit for it, yeah.
Because I was not aware of that. But yeah, because he has not come to one. That is not. And Ben, I see his profile picture, but he's a handsome man. Like his profile picture does not emphasize how handsome he is. I don't know if he hides it. Maybe he doesn't want the thirsty women hitting his inbox.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is okay. All right.
I just make all my social media stuff private. That settles that easy.
Very useful when promoting things, Peter.
Yeah. That always helps everybody out.
Yeah, I hate having all my stuff on unlock so that everybody can see everything because I really like to keep it a little more private, but whatever. So
I don't know. I don't think I have anything in my life that's privately worth hiding.
So, boys, you were the few who have been in all three of these bad boys.
Heck yeah!
Coming to do the fourth one here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been
honored and privileged comes to mind.
I definitely look at it that way. I mean, the talent pool has gotten it more involved as time's gone on. Like you were talking about the evolution of just my own work as I was going through it. I've changed like materials and I've changed and pushed myself on each one of the books to try to create something that was more like whatever one of the tales we were doing. And I think everybody has pushed themselves, whether they're the writers, whether somebody's inking, doing colors, that everybody's pushed themselves to make to get to another plateau, to be able to keep up with the rest of the people in the book. That's one of the coolest parts about doing this one, is I feel like every time I do it, I have to push myself to do better than the people that I'm working with, or I don't belong in that group. And it's a friendly way of like developing yourself. I was super impressed by a lot of the stuff that I saw in the first Oz book. And when it was time to do Wonderland, I felt like I had to step it up. And it's the same time each time I do it.
No, I feel that. I feel that. The whole goal of this whole thing really is to get Stoney to know that I have more pages from him than Mad Cave. Not quite there yet. But I'm getting there. I think we're breaking into the back half of issue 2. I think.
Yeah,
we're good. We're getting there. Peter, based on Peter, what he's allowed to write and things. I've destroyed. Like I've done more stuff with Peter than he's written more Cthulhu than anything else.
I've written more Cthulhu than anything else for sure. Well, that's been published. I still have a lot of stuff that's kind of in flight. Yeah.
All right.
And,
So
but I will admit to that same thing with the same, I've written stuff, and there's stuff that I'm working on right now that I wrote while folks work on Oz, because my part in Oz was really in proofreading only. I didn't write anything in that one, but I was writing things at that time, and I recognized it as not good enough. And I've used my time within this series to get better and see what other people are doing and pay attention to that. It's made me a better editor. It's made me a better writer.
You know why my stories are the best in all of them? What I do is I wait till I read everybody else's, and I just do better than that. That's the secret. That's the secret.
Dude, I would absolutely have to do it that way.
Yeah, it's that little home field advantage.
that was part of what I liked about Oz so much, is I got to see, because I was the last one in the pool, I got to see like what everybody else was doing, and I was like, I have to do something really special with this really minuscule character I got.
Dude, Wheelers are not minuscule. Wheelers are dope.
I
Sony
agree.
would kill for a Wheeler.
I would
Dude.
kill for a Wheeler. That's true.
I was so excited when I found out that the Wheelers were still open. When Travis was talking to me about it, he's like, "Hey, I need some pages, and I know you can produce pretty quickly. Let's talk about this." And when he and I both realized that the Wheelers were available, it was like both of us had exclamation marks above our heads. I was like, Wheelers! The creepiest thing ever. Like, oh God, I love drawing something that was just so out of it and having them chase a chicken for 8 pages. It was just, it was awesome. Having a chicken get revenge on the Wheelers was just beautiful. Awesome. I loved every second.
We've got some other people in the background.
Hey.
Spawn co-creator Tom is here.
Nice. Well played.
Right. Spawn. Oh, did the Spawn move to the left-hand side over your head? What
Yeah.
happened? Okay.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so. Or your camera's reversed because Spawn is normally on this side. So
Should I can move it.
No, it's fine. It's just weird. It's fine.
It's my vibe.
Do you have copies to sell of that if you do a con?
Not to sell. You can't find this stuff anywhere anymore. I got a couple copies from a guy who works for Diamond years ago that he was able to scrounge up somewhere, and that's it. I actually go to cons and look through everybody's boxes.
So you devour like the $5 trade bins and see if you can grab a couple. Dude,
Yeah.
I have
you can get the where the fuck? This guy, the trade pretty easily. But the individual issues are here,
right.
and not as easy to come by. All these guys. Right. Yep. So that's a bummer.
Did you do 1 trade's worth or 2 trades worth?
1 trade.
Just 1 trade.
Yeah.
Okay. Jack, you're more than welcome to come on if you want to. I can send you a message and get you on. And then next up, we've got Brian. How are you, Brian?
I was just waiting. I'm sitting here drawing. I'm sorry about that.
What are you drawing, Brian?
I have no idea. I just started sketching. Guy with big sword. I don't know. I had a piece of paper here.
And I didn't get you fast enough, so you got to draw.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
okay. Guy with big sword is literally in almost every book. So.
Yeah. It might be ridiculously big when I'm done. I don't know.
Question for you, Tom. Do you feel that this is your first Cthulhu, or do you count your other one?
Me?
Neverland, yeah.
I mean, I to the public, I would say Neverland, but in the group, I would say this is my first.
Okay, yeah, because the first one was I had a specific assignment for you, and you had to write prose, so you weren't really using your comic making skills, more of your prose skills.
Yeah.
Have you got those trades yet? Did they ever show up?
Not yet, but I'm sure they're on the way.
What is happening?
Okay, so there's a whole country's worth of difference, number one, and there's a grandma in charge. So like anything could happen,
I need to know where you are. What witness protection are you in? I know that you're doing a Britain con, so I assume it's overseas.
No, what? Where am I going?
Aren't you going to like a con in England?
I'm not.
He's in an undisclosed location, right?
Where are you going to a con?
It's just part of his disinformation campaign.
Right.
We're waiting for the reveal that it's actually a bunker underneath of your house.
I mean,
style. Just every day.
It's not
in the house.
No, I'm in a little town in British Columbia called Kelowna, just north of not Seattle, but Spokane.
Dude, he's in Canadian booties.
I was right. British Columbia. Yeah.
I guess technically.
Same thing.
Can't argue with that.
Columbia is doing a lot of work.
British Columbia is where they gather the Colombian drug lords to collect money for Great Britain, because they're still owned from when
they are still. This is true.
This all makes sense.
They had to change their money when the Queen died.
Right, of course.
They're in the process of doing that right now.
Just drawing everyone by hand.
That's true.
Every bill.
Every single one.
Yeah, what do you do? Are they going to Prince Charles? Or are they King Charles?
Well, he's not the prince anymore, but yes. Right. Watch your tone.
I didn't even know she died.
You didn't know the queen died?
It's amazing.
Wow. That's kind of refreshing, honestly.
It
Yeah, but
shows
you
you
know
how
how
well
we
I
feel
pay,
about monarchs.
shows you how well I pay attention to stuff that's not comic book or Volkswagen or Harley related.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. The Queen, the royal family are more like kind of glorified celebrities. I know they do some good philanthropy stuff, but like they're really more of like a celebrity thing, you know.
Yeah.
They don't have enough scandals. I mean, they have some, but like I've seen Game of Thrones, they could lift it up a little bit, you know.
I don't know, Prince Andrew.
We got Michael Miller in the house.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
I'm good.
And this is definitely your first campaign. So this is your first Orange Cone campaign.
Yes.
So that's exciting. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
How are
Welcome.
you?
I know you've been trying to make shows, but things have happened. So
Yeah.
glad to see you here for the final little thing. Sean says, "What's up?" But so what we're going to do, guys, we're going to go and talk about our stories, talk about being involved in this. But I need you guys, as unlike a normal comic creator hangout, need your favor. Let's try to get one more push. So let's all share the campaign out to our privates. Try to get some backers. Try to get asking for 5. We're going to try to get 5 if we can, ladies and gentlemen. See if we can get 5 more backers to get us to 670, which is a better number. Can we get 5 more backers for this campaign before it closes?
Are we live already?
We're live, my friend.
We're live.
Cool.
Yeah, I went live a little early because it's my show. I can do what I want. You know, it's kind of why.
Living the dream.
I fight the powers. You know,
You do.
I do. I don't want to be part of any systems.
Buy,
Charlie
build, or
says-
process anything bought, sold, or processed.
Charlie says, "What's up, bitches?" Which I think is a fair thing to say. We got Nandor. Nandor, Charlie called us bitches. Does that offend you?
What? Yeah, I'm so offended. Where is Charlie?
Charlie is right there. It says, "Sup, bitches."
There he is. Oh.
Your mother's a system. Wow, Nandor. Like, he is bringing a hate towards you, and I don't know why.
He's so jealous. I think he's just jealous.
I think so. I think he saw the box reveal of your unboxing the other night, and he's just venting.
Dude, you can't have a comic book live stream without a little bit of drama.
He's watching you.
I'm watching you. See, that's a threat. Yeah.
Or a promise.
No, I'm watching you, Charlie. I'm watching you.
If Mark Zuckerberg cared about our safety, that we could report you or something. But
yeah.
he's too busy shutting down legitimate posts for no
I'm
reason.
filing a claim right now.
I'd love to come in, but I know how how. If you message me, I'll send you the link.
Yeah, dude, you just follow the link.
Nandor's my dog, DWG. So he's also bringing gang slang into this, which is
I'm your pet now? What the hell, man?
not okay.
I thought that was a callback to the first thing he said. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I know I don't feel safe since all this stuff happening.
Nandor looks so professional with his mic. Hold on. I also need to look.
Welcome to the foxhole, guys. Welcome.
With my mic.
Nandor's been making videos that I'm pretty sure are targeted specifically towards me. I have not watched either of the two he was wanting me to watch. I just haven't done it.
Yeah, I'm excited for the new one. It's a bit clickbaity, but I think it's a really good conversation to have because it's more so about manga versus comics, but like kind of noticing the transition and how how we view the two. I saw the Discord we're in kind of blow up a little bit, so that's been fun.
Well, yeah, I mean, I make fun of it. I don't actually hate manga. It just doesn't really speak to me. I don't
Exactly. Yeah. No,
I think we were having a pretty
same way.
interesting talk about it. You know.
Yeah, I think so too.
I really think it's an interesting question if Americans can even do what they do.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know that they can.
I don't know if they can have that kind of work ethic,
Yeah.
and to keep that up so
To be
persistently.
a one story for 20 years.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trevor, what is it that doesn't speak to you? Like, can you articulate what's just not your jam about it?
Mostly pacing. It's mostly the pacing that they try to stretch things out. I like my stuff a little more action in 20, 24 page segments. That's most of it. The other thing is the things that I don't like about American comics, like I don't like a Deadpool making it silly for some reason. They do a lot of that in the middle of a manga. So I'm in this scene, and then they're like, "Here's a wafu," or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to make this non-serious. So like it takes everything that I don't like. The few things that I don't like about American comics, they're like, we need a lot of that.
Guys,
so
these mangas
those are
that
my
came from somewhere. Have you guys
I
ever
would
read
advocate
older
for
stuff
both.
like Lone Wolf and Cub?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever read the older mangas like Lone Wolf and Cub, or picked up the original Dragon Ball printings? Or,
yeah, I mean, obviously Akira is good. Obviously, the Wikipedia for Death Note is really good if you've ever read it. Like, I've never read the comic, but the Wikipedia makes it sound like it's a great book. Really
I was more referring to like Blade of the Immortal and
Berserker.
There's really good stuff out there that just
there is good stuff. I advocate for it. Like, it should be part of a diet if you really like comics. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jack.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
All right, so I don't want to stay on manga too long because we should really talk about our book. But all right, I'm going to go to it one more time. Charlie, you can. I stick by my manga thing. Here's the thing: Kelly Kudasonic. I'm not saying that right, but you guys know what I'm talking about. She said something in an interview I listened to about manga the other day, and she's like, "You want to know why we don't have as many women readers? Is because the Marvel and DC system has pushed them so far away." They would rather read the fucking shit backwards. And that really spoke to me about it's really true, because for a long time, like, the comic store was so male focused. I know it's not that way anymore. We're growing every day to make it not that, but it was very like a girl being in the room was like, ooh, like there's a girl in the comic store.
Everyone pounces. Yeah.
Right. They must be buying magic cards for their boyfriend. They're reading comics.
Right. It's like, it was kind of like, seeing little kids at a soccer game,
Just like, do you want your copy of Nightmare Before Christmas? We can take it to that section right now.
Okay. Is that true of Kickstarter? What's the Kickstarter culture like? Or do we even know?
Well, that mixes.
Yeah, what's your gender divide?
Oh, you know what? I'd love to get those statistics officially from Kickstarter. I get a lot of them. There's a lot of women on Kickstarter there. A lot of them are buying. If you talk to any of the sexy creators, they'd say a lot of those books are bought by the female readership. I will say that my bigger backers are female. That buy everything consistently. Because that's what I think is great about a female. And again, not to be sexist or anything, but like a female backer tends to want everything. They want the whole collection. Where I think men have realized over time, who've been collecting comics forever, we just can't buy everything. It's just not going to happen. There's too many companies; they will outdo us. Where we haven't beaten that out of Kickstarter backers yet.
And I think it's subject matter too, because to be honest, it's the same thing when you take the books to show. That doesn't even seem to fall into account. You don't have more men stopping. You don't have more women stopping. It's almost like an equal amount.
Shit.
Yeah, I was in the line at Disney World, and there was a girl in front of me reading comics. It wasn't American comics. I think they were Korean, and she was clearly not Korean herself. But yeah, they were romance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my daughter did an internship for like 9 months in Japan, and she talked about how angry I would be because they really view it as periodicals and they throw it away. So they buy it at the first train station, they go to the train station, and they just throw it away. They don't care at all because they're just going to get the people who read it. It's an experience. And I'm just like, what is happening? I would lose my shit.
You'd just be like dumpster diving the entire time in Japan. Like, oh my God, all this free stuff.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
So we're going to go over the campaign, but I want to talk to Jack. Jack, thank you so much. Not only did you do an amazing pinup, but you have been one of the biggest sharers and supporters of this thing. I really appreciate that, my good friend.
Hey, no, man, it's cool. It's the first time that I've gotten to kind of dig in with the Cthulhu adventures. So I really kind of wanted to go big, put my name out there for anything that could be used or could be used in the future. So I appreciated the opportunity, and I was happy to share it out.
Yeah,
but I do want to say one thing. I do want to say one thing. My name's Jake.
Jake.
It has been Jack for a long time, but yeah, we're Jake. So
you're good. I say it when Jack's on. I say Jake too. So you're. I go back and forth. It's all. No, I appreciate what we do, and we're definitely going to invite you to 3 to see if we can get you for full on art, because I've seen your full on panel work art. We want to get you in.
That'd be awesome. That'd be really cool. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys really enjoyed that piece.
Yes, most definitely.
I'm excited for Cthulhu Invades. Thank you. And Matthew, that's my boy, Jake Goodman.
What's up, Matt?
So that means you're from Texas, I assume, right?
I am. Lubbock, Texas.
Your hat doesn't look bigger than mine, so that's why I was confused. I heard everything's bigger,
yeah, sorry.
Oh, it does have the Texas and Texas branding. Just in case he's walking around and nobody knows where he's from, you know.
That's it. Texas. Yeah, if my accent didn't give it away, I don't know what did.
I hear it, man. I'm from Corpus Christi, so I know that. Like,
oh, sweet. Yeah, I used to live in Houston, so I was down in Corpus Christi a lot.
Yeah, I went to college there.
Nice.
All right, so I'm going to bring the campaign up. We are wrapping up, guys. By the way, if you guys aren't aware, this is our second biggest campaign for Orange Cone. So, Wonderland is still the biggest, but that was in the height of COVID. That's when it was the same month that everyone got a check from Trump when Trump was president, going, "Here's some free money. COVID's rough. Here's some money." So
let's buy some comics.
I don't count it the same way because lots of big campaigns at that particular moment. But I also think Wonderland, like, people love Wonderland, man. They love Wonderland. But all right,
love the crazy.
So we're doing good. We're trying to get, ideally, we would like to get 10 more backers at least, because our Neverland was at 674. We'd love to always get one more than our last campaign. So we want to make sure that you share it out. If you guys haven't shared it out, we have the link in the comments. So if you want to back and you haven't, back. All these guys put their heart and soul in this book, did some stuff. We're going to go over all their stories. And trying to figure, just talk about it for a little bit and celebrate kind of the end of us harassing you to buy this book. I think that should be a celebration. We should all spend some time together. I think, though, Man Child's coming, right? So you're going to be harassing people very soon.
Yes. Oh, yeah. This is not the end of me. You will see me more.
All right. So this is our campaign. You guys have unlocked tons of digital rewards here. Guys, you can do the zero pledge dollar here, and I'm going to send it to you. I promise. You're going to get all these free digital. If you get the $12, you're going to get the trade and all this. So that's a really good deal. One of these Bitter Souls, this is actually a 400-page trade paperback.
Oh my goodness! Whoa.
So there is a lot. That's probably 1,000. I'm guessing 1,000-ish pages here because I know a couple of these are 32 pages. If you get the fairy tales, of course, as well. So we've unlocked the Stretch of the Creator commentary. So we're going to do some commentary when we get it all together. Everyone's going to get this sticker. Let me show you guys that sticker. I have it. I actually have it right now. Yeah, Marcel Big. Look at that. Isn't that nice?
It's gorgeous.
Cool. And this will be a magnet if you got a box set. So if you got a box set, this will be a magnet. So that's pretty cool. And yes, we'll figure out what we're going to do for Oz, Tony. Stop glaring at me, wanting to know what the Oz ones. I don't know. We've also just added Spot UV. So Spot UV will be added to all the books, which is really, really cool. You guys unlocked that. That's great. So that means everybody will get some sort of Spot UV. We'll probably obviously do the border here. We're going to do the mirror here. You know, we're going to do some of the characters here. So lots of really good stuff. We were nominated for a Ringo. Look at all that art. Some really cool art there. Brian's on that page. James is on that page. All these people are in it, which is great. Look at these 3 covers. You guys can go to this, click CthulhuInvades.com if you guys haven't. Really good stuff. But we're going to talk about some of the stories in here. I'm going to go over them. So for those who haven't checked it out, we've got Jack Holder, not Jake, Jack Holder, with his team. Clay Adams. I'm not going to read all the names because I'm going to bastardize their names. So, but if I call on you and you got to describe your stuff, you have to do it. We've got Nandor here. So Nandor, tell us about the Little Red Priestess and your story.
Yeah, so I got to take a crack at the Little Red Riding Hood story for this anthology, which I was really happy to do. This was the story I wanted to work on, and I was able to partner up with my good friend Marco Roblin, who works on the Fabled Offering with me. And so it's going to be a gorgeous 12-page story about Little Red Riding Hood meeting Cthulhu. And it's definitely a pretty dark horror story. My take on it was if A24 produced a Little Red Riding Hood story and what they would do with it. So if you like A24 horror, indie horror, that kind of thing, I think you'll really enjoy this. And I had a lot of fun playing with both properties and trying to find a way to merge them to make sense. That was like one of the biggest challenges, was like, how do I kind of make Cthulhu invade Little Red Riding Hood story, but in a way that didn't feel too out of sync with it and could tonally kind of merge together. So I'm really happy with it, and I think Marco's work for the pages, all the pages, they look really incredible. He actually he told me when he was doing a lot of the forestry and everything, he was like, the next thing we work on Nandor, I don't want to be in forests all the time. There's too many tree branches, too many bushes, too many details that I have to work on. But I think he doesn't take really any shortcuts at all. He's really meticulous, and he's kind of a perfectionist in that area. And so I think when you see the full pages, which I've been sharing out, you'll see that. And I think we've had a really good reaction to a lot of his pages. So I'm happy that people are excited about it. I really am. I can't wait to see it in print.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm excited about it too. So the next show we got up here is Rumpelstiltskin, which is mine. We'll talk about that in just a second. I do want to bring this up because our boy did a pinup here. In fact, he did a pinup. So for our pinups, guys, we don't tell them anything about the story. We just tell them what we were doing. And they kind of come up with their own vision, because I don't think it's important. And look, this is Mr. Goodman. Did Rumpelstiltskin right here.
Whoa, that is insane.
That's nice.
Sweet. Hey, thanks, guys. Thank you. The colorist on that
so
was
cool.
Dave Kemp. Him and his brother did 150 issues of Spawn and Inhumans and stuff like that. And so him and I, we got to talking about what we wanted to do, really. And as far as Cthulhu invading Rumpelstiltskin's territory, I just kind of figured he made a deal for golden armor, whatever, to continue his exploits. And I thought it'd be kind of a cheeky, fun little monster on monster kind of situation. And the only thing that we really changed from the original part was he had pupils, and then we were like, well, nah, let's just glaze them out. And that was the only change we did. So it's good that you got the updated version of that. That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah. And that'll be in the book. That's really cool. Make sure, if you don't mind, can you send me that, the colorist? Because I think I thought you did the whole thing. So I want to make sure I got that in my proper credits.
I'll send you his name.
And Travis, you just passed.
And let him know. What? Hold on. We passed it or we're there?
You passed
it.
666. You were there for 666, but I didn't want to interrupt Jake.
Damn it.
Yeah.
My bad. My bad.
666 with 66 minutes to go is great.
Jake,
Man, we can do it.
I'm going to tell this crazy story too. I know he's only got like an hour left, but I don't know if you have his phone number or whatever. If he backs the book, he can get that creator copy. You know about the creator copy, right?
Yeah, I've already backed on the creator copy.
Okay. So, but if he backs, he can get it as well.
Okay. Yeah, I let him know. I don't know if he's jumped in or not. They were out, so
we could check after. It's no big deal.
Okay.
I just I didn't know to let him. I want to let everyone know and make sure they're part of it. All right. So Rumpelstiltskin, what the story is in the book that I wrote is Rumpelstiltskin is it's very, very similar to the actual fairy tale. You know, he's making gold to help out the family, to help out the kingdom, and they're trying to figure out his name. However, in this one, it is a castle that's being hit by snow. What you may not know is H.P. Lovecraft in the original wrote one of the first stories that we have of a Yeti. It has a name in Cthulhu. I'm not going to say the name here, even though I do know it by heart, because that is not public domain. When we deal with stuff like this, we have to use the public domain. So since I can't do it, I have that. But what made this interesting is we talk about it. We have the Yeti, we have the character, but we don't say the name because the name is not public domain, which kind of fits to the whole Rumpelstiltskin and really ties it all together, which is really fun. So I think it's cool anyways. Maybe you guys don't, but I think it's cool.
The thing whose name is not said.
His name is not said, yes. It's kind of spoiler of the story, I guess. We got Goldilocks written by my wife and Ignacio. I love Ignacio. Brett and James did this book. It's crazy that Brent didn't do as many videos. He normally does a lot of videos and hangs out, but I'm glad that you did a book with him. So what's up?
I got a chance to work with Brett on this part with his story for it's the Spider and the Fly, and he had like this really creepy gothic-y story that just I'm used to drawing like monsters and fighting and things like that, and the darkness in it was much more like this atmosphere than it was anything else, and so I had to like learn how to try to turn that into visual effects. And I tried to incorporate art from the past stories as well through all these paintings and things that are going on in the background. I had a lot of fun getting pushed with this one. I think the reason why we didn't see as much of Brent as I think a lot of us are used to is that he had like 2 different Kickstarters going on.
Oh, wow.
That he was trying to take care of and wrapping up fulfillment. And I barely got to talk to him too. I know we've talked about maybe doing another fairy tale story, and I've let him know that I'm open to it if he has any ideas. We've been chatting about it, but he's just really busy. I will say this though, like trying to capture this like background shadowy Machiavellian setting that he had written into it, it did more than just like stretch my ability to draw. It stretched like my ability to even kind of conceive of what he was talking about. This drawing here, the one that we're at right there, is of this gallery that they're walking through, and we got artwork from stuff like that. There's parts where she's just going down this hallway, and the dark is supposed to feel really oppressive. Brett used the darkness in a lot of parts of the story to like be the net of the spider. It's pretty interesting the way that he wrote it. But I was really glad to stretch myself as far as I did with it. And I really love how the tones and stuff came out. It really felt like some really old grim tale by the time it was done. It felt like it belonged.
You know what? I realized that we should be doing this a different way. It's our last night. Let's show some actual pages from the book and not just talk about the thing.
I was just going to ask you that. I was like,
Yeah,
I'd love to see some pages.
Yeah, we're just looking at those little squares.
Yeah, let's show some pages. We're done with this. We'll go back to the campaign and show stuff. Brian.
Yes.
You are Brian and Peter. I'm going to put Brian and Peter. You guys are in charge of refreshing and let us know if we got a new backer.
Okay. You got a new backer.
Yeah, we're at 668.
All right. Good. All right. So we can celebrate all these backers. So, but let's open up the actual folder and let's show some pages here.
Sexy.
I'm gonna get in that. Sick of messing around here.
Showing off the sick artwork.
Oh, actually, you know what? We'll start with Tom.
Okay.
Only because for those of you guys who backed the preview, which sorry to bring that up, Nando. I know it's still a sore spot for you. Nando wanted so bad to get in this preview.
I did. It's okay. People just have to wait. They'll just have to wait for the cream of the crop.
So we're finishing up actually this weekend. So here's the Snow White pages. Is that this showing, guys? Because I have to
yes.
look.
Yeah.
Is it big enough, or
Dude,
should I make
the
it?
Snow White? I love the style on that Snow White book. It looked like an old Conan comic.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually inspired by.
It's like Kazar or.
No, well, all right. So there's a heart ripped out, and there's something on a pedestal. What do you think it's?
Oh, Indiana Jones.
Is this Temple of Doom? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but it's.
And man, like I was gonna have to here. Let me tell you, Clay Adams, the way he wrote the script, the things that are happening aren't visual. But if the things that he said in his notes in the script, I wouldn't have approved it. There's a lot more going on than what's on the page. Clay's subtext is great. It was the Fisherman's Life. Just want to show you guys these because these are the lettered ones.
They're so good.
Oh, I love those. Oh.
Yeah.
That looks familiar.
And then we got the 3 Billy Goats Gruff. Look at these goats. Those are some great goats.
Those are great goats, yeah. I actually just read through this earlier today. That was one of the things that really caught me was that he gave such good detail to each of the goats that you could tell which goat it was from panel to panel. You can straight up follow them through. It's great.
Is anybody else weirded out by talking goats?
Yeah, I kind of want to get like a goat trilogy in the story, like goats that have more goat action.
I saw a set of goat balls there. That was some real detail. There you go.
I mean, what is going on here? Like, there's a lot of questions.
He understood cosmic horror, and that's what he did.
Yeah.
Cosmic horrors, goat balls.
And unfortunately, we haven't got the letter in yours. That's tonight. But tell us about this ugly, disgusting woman on this page.
I know. Horrific. This is based on The Ugly Duckling by Hans Christian Andersen. A little 4-page story about the dangers of bullying and the dangers of revenge. And I think now that I'm thinking about it, I think I probably pulled a little bit from that Twilight Zone episode with the surgery. Remember that one way back in the day?
Yes.
Because clearly she's an attractive young lady. But in a world where that is not the common, that's not the norm. So she is relentlessly tormented for her ugliness. And Cthulhu drops by and gives her a hand.
And we're gonna see if we can get this past my wife. It's PG-13. You know, I always describe it as PG-13. I feel that that's a PG-13 boob. I think we're good, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're just talking about Clay's script. Like, if you go through my script, you will see I was very particular about how far we were going to go, and the artist was like, "All right," and that's where he went. So
he snuck it in. And again, I didn't notice it until recently, and I was just like,
it's not my normal thing, but you know.
Right, you write a lot of children's books. We're probably not the.
Sure.
Subtle boobs never hurt anybody.
You write young adult, right? You write a few young adult. Right?
Primarily, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and horror. So I was hoping to lean more into the horror there.
Yeah.
With any luck.
That's good stuff. And any good horror movie has a second of boob. So you're fine.
Does. Yeah.
All right, let's go. You want to go? Let's go. Let's go Stony because we haven't seen his at all yet.
Let's go.
Which, by the way, I was looking up Stony, the most horrifying fairy tales, and Bridegroom was like number 3.
Yeah,
and one for number 2, Red Shoe, was number 7. So
awesome. Awesome.
John's a
Well,
great
we
job.
certainly tried to
What's up, John?
revisit that.
All right, let's see if we can get this up and it'll work. You guys are seeing all these?
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Is it opening?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
There we are.
I love his faces all the time. Like, look at
Oh,
that.
yeah. Ben's expressions are great.
Yeah, these varying styles, it's so great.
Get some stuff in here.
68.
So for those who
Look
don't
at
know,
this. Another.
Ben Humenic. on
Why is
art.
she not green anymore? What happened? Or do I got a different panel for the green one?
We switched it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like the green.
She was green.
She was green. Like if you go on the preview of the Kickstarter, she is green. She is no longer green. Someone's gonna sue us for false advertisement. It's gonna be
I need my green
670.
women from Star Trek.
We've hit 670.
670.
All
Wow, so we
right.
jumped
Yeah.
to 2. All right.
Really?
Yes,
70.
All right, guys. 5 more to go, guys. 5 more backers.
5 more.
Keep sharing.
I'm not getting 6. Oh, there it goes. Yep.
I like that in a lot of these ones that they weren't afraid to make sure there were backgrounds in
Oh,
most of the
look at
panels.
this. You've got some Wonderland on the wall.
An Easter
Nice
egg.
touch there.
Yeah.
We'll probably cover that up with dialogue, but that's fine.
It's fine. Little Ringo nominated background. It's all good.
671.
I know Stoney's writing, so that will not make the final cut. There is going to be Stoney apparently gets paid by the word. I think.
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, not as much as Mike Granite State Punks, but pretty close.
I get pretty wordy. That's true.
4 to go.
Ooh.
There we go. 71.
Woohoo.
Wow. Spoiler: Red Wedding 2. You want to say anything about that now that we went through it?
Yeah. So we took the original and I thought, what if we had an unreliable narrator? And what if that's not exactly what happens? And so we twisted it around a little bit and told the story a little differently. And yeah, I feel like we kept the heart of the story. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Nice. That's nice. All right.
You're
Now we're going to
speaking
go
my
to
language, the reliable narration.
we're going to go to the owl here.
That's what I say.
Brian, what did you do here?
I read a script and drew it.
Okay. Now is that new to you? Because I
I
have
don't do it as often as you would think. I'm a creator, so it's a lot of fun every time I get a script and I'm working with somebody else's story, and I'm just like, and Travis knows by now that my imagination flies very fast, and my hands struggle to keep up. So I'm just gonna go for it. Every panel I'm like, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna add detail. I'm gonna add texture. I'm gonna add something. So I went for this story that I had never heard before about this owl in a barn, but it's actually not an owl. Yeah.
Which I was a little sad about, that there were 0 owls in the whole
Not
story.
a single one.
That is a weird thing about a lot of those old Grimm's tales.
But look at all these fancy guys. Did Chuck say make them extra fancy? Where you're like, no.
He did, yeah, they're lords that come in to solve the problem.
All right. And you know how lords handle things. They burn shit down. I mean, it's just the easiest way.
That was their solution.
And Purple Cthulhu, which is a bold statement, bold move.
I'm gonna pretend I'm not just a little colorblind when I originally did that.
You told me that the book was purple, so therefore they had to have a
Yeah.
purple Cthulhu, and that was an appropriate answer to me.
That tracks, yeah.
Hey, when you're an elder god, you can be whatever color you want.
Yeah, exactly.
We cannot see the shade which Cthulhu is. This is our brain interpreting it. That's all.
Right.
There we go.
Right. So, all right. There we go. Let's see. We got, I think, too many folders in here.
Yeah, you can tell the guy that works in tech, right?
Right? All right, Peter. And Nando,
Yeah.
I love your stuff. That's why I'm saving it. I know you're super excited, but
No, you're good.
I'm
You're
not even
good.
looking at the screen, but I can feel him. He's like, they haven't seen enough.
Like, damn it, he keeps moving across to different stories.
So when we started this campaign, this is the only page that we had that was colored. But you guys have killed it since then and did a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. It's like I said, I mean, I just, Robbie did such a great job with the artwork and just bringing what I had in my head to life. And then Emily just straight up knocked out the park on colors. I mean, just no notes, especially on the last page. I love the last page of this one, just in how that kind of turned out. And this was just it's one of those things. You said we want fairy tales, we want grim, and so I started thinking back on the grim fairy tales that no one's heard of before, and reached for one in my head that sort of had a little bit of everything. It's got the prince and princess, it's got death and resurrection. It's really easy to kind of stick something a little Lovecraftian in there, and gave me a chance to play around with some characters that I wanted to play around with before. So
there's some.
I just love how
yeah,
comes out. That's just
a great page.
Yeah, we got a lot of deep ones. I like that this guy is respectful of his nipples and he hides them.
That's Mother Hydra. Mother Hydra doesn't need a blouse, so.
Right, that's we wanted to have these nipples out, but you already used the one nipple quota.
No, sir. You will have to discuss that with my artist. No, thank you.
And then I'll admit, I didn't write anything like that. That's just how it came out. And
it's just
okay.
I was like, we'll see how that flies.
We just keep blaming the artist for everything. Like blaming the drummer in a band.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
Man.
I would know.
I'm in the wrong one. See, Jerome and I work on two different folders because we're idiots. I have all the contracts and all that stuff, and he has the art. Where are we here? Snow White, Spider and the Fly. All right.
Ooh.
James, you want to tell us about look at these pages. They're wild.
I did my best to try to make it to work with watercolor brushes for this as much as possible. I don't think there's many scenes in here where I used anything that resembled a pen or maybe I used some quills, but pretty much everything was digital brushes meant for watercolor. So that was what I was trying to go for. I wanted it to feel like it was an old tomb where it was done in an old way, and so that as you look through it, you're just getting these images that look like they're from another century.
Good.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And you guys all know Brett, right? So if you don't know Brett, he does a book called Dust Bunny Mafia, and it's very cartoony.
Yeah, it is not. It's not like this at all.
This is not his writing. This is not. So it's really cool to see him.
Yeah,
expand.
Brett and I both really stretched what we normally do. We both got to do something out of our normal. I read stuff that looks like this all the time. I'm a huge Poison Elves fan. So old black and white stuff is my jam, but I don't do it like that a lot of times. I end up sticking to hard lines and whatnot. But getting to use brushes and playing with the way the colors and the light was hitting the page, I absolutely enjoy it. So I wanted to make sure it felt like we were in some of the time, the whole story.
Yeah, I love the like green mossy, color palette that you're using, and it reminds me like your art and the entire story reminds me of like an old Universal horror movie. Like that's kind of the flavor of it. It looks really good.
That's a huge compliment. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Can you go to the last page?
I will also
yeah,
try
yeah.
to say though, it wasn't supposed to be green. I was going for like an orange.
I feel your pain.
Right here?
Yeah. I like the way you did that. That's sick. That's a good page.
Thanks.
Yeah. So this is not your normal style?
It's like when I do my journals look like this. When I'm doing things for me. When I'm doing art, like, for example, Travis has Broke Down and Dead Bodies. I do a story where it's bikers and stuff like that. In that's more of what I usually do, is bikers with guns fighting monsters. That's Damage, and that's pretty much, it's got harder lines. It's got lots of sarcasm and a lot of dialogue. It doesn't let the scene speak for itself. But in this time, I was letting the backgrounds like actually like speak. That it needed to be an environment where it felt like we were looking at something from 200 years ago. It needed to feel that way.
Yeah.
And that's why I stuck to those brushes and tried to get that sepia tone. One of the weird things, like how Travis has mentioned, though, every time I'm trying to use colors and the tones of whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm seeing is completely different from what everybody else is seeing. And a lot of times it creates an effect that I don't even know the effect is there until it's done.
Wow.
So here we go. We're fucking here now.
Yeah. So this is page 1 from the Little Red Priestess, and you have the grandmother there sewing up Little Red's hood right there. So I really wanted to kind of play with the idea of like the grandmother kind of like luring Little Red Riding Hood to her, rather than just like her going there for a family visit. It's more for kind of evil reasons. So but yeah, that's one of my favorite pages right there.
Yeah,
really
because if I was buying the original art, this would be one of the ones I would consider if I was you. This is really. Does he do all digital or?
He does some traditional, but this one I think was mostly all digital. Yeah. But you can't tell. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, it looks like it's pencil on a page.
Yeah, like that's something that when I first started working with Marco, I kept asking him, like, wait, you sure you're not doing this traditionally, right? Like like there's no way. But he I don't know, he has the eye for it.
And this kind of evolved to your book, right? Like all when we talked to the cover artists, they all had Little Red Riding Hood. So you've been lucky, you've been blessed, you're eating good in this book.
Yeah, I feel very blessed and humbled that it's kind of a cornerstone or centerpiece to the entire anthology, and I couldn't be more proud of it. I'm really proud of the story, and I mean, look at that. I love that. Like that perspective. It just makes you feel so overwhelmed. Yeah, and we included the huntsman in the story. We did not leave him out, but I'm not going to say he has a great end.
Well, we're about to find out.
Guys, I don't mean to interrupt, but I did not realize that I was going to be jumping on here. I just thought I'd be watching the show. My phone is going to die. So thank
good,
you
brother.
guys for having me on.
Thanks for coming on. We love you, part of it. We'll give you we'll have you do something in number 2 as well. We'll get you on soon.
Sounds great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And congratulations to everybody.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on.
All right.
Where are we at money wise? So we're
still 671.
Okay, still 671. Come on, guys. We need 4 more. Oh, look at that though. Look at that.
Yeah, you have the remains of the wolf behind her, and you have the grandmother there, like cradled up, and the huntsman with like organs and body parts all around. With you can see Cthulhu's tendrils, like of his kind of frame in the background with the light. I love that shot so much.
It's a great story and such a great art style. One of the things that I love about you as a creator is you tend to hunt down people who have very unique art styles, not stuff you see every day, which I think is really.
Thank you.
So Jay, you ready? You haven't talked much.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's get yours going. I shut it down. I don't know why I did that. So let's show your stuff. Tell us what you did while I bring it up here.
My story is Cthulhu in the Mouse. It's a Cthulhu lion based off of the regular tale, The Lion and the Mouse. And that one is about a mouse that frees a trapped lion, and then the lion lets the mouse live later. And so since this one is a little bit more horror and inspired through the original Grimm fairy tales, wanted to have it be a little bit kind of the opposite. So it's about a meek alchemist that's a little bit more mousy. He's the mouse, and he's tired of not being able to access all of the pieces of his mind and the dumb people around him, basically his coworkers that he doesn't appreciate as much. And so he summons the Cthulhu lion entity and essentially brings about the apocalypse.
I love these colors. I love this art style. I was sad because I got an email where you're like, it's going to be 5 pages, and then I only got 4, which is sad, but they're good 4 pages, so it's okay.
Yeah, did I say 5? I pitched.
You had messaged me that
4.
he wanted to do 5, I think. And then like when you finally got done, it ended up only being 4. I think you wanted to split this up into 2 pages originally, and then did for whatever reason.
Yeah, it probably would have been a little bit better with some more space for the panels, but I pitched it originally as 4 pages.
Yeah.
I tend to like to submit the lower page counts because not as many people want to submit to those. They want to have more room to tell their story. So I kind of like the challenge.
Yeah.
But these pages are great.
They did. Max did great. He just read Hellboy right before it, and it really inspired the color palette and the style for the art.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hellboy's color palette.
We can't see it right now, though.
Oh, so you haven't been looking at it the whole time?
No.
I've been looking at it, just chilling, having a good time.
We appreciate it, but
You're so selfish, Travis. Just looking at the art.
Oh, would you like to see it? Oh, how's
Ross
that?
at 672.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see the Hellboy influence. Yeah, for sure.
And we got the Necronomicon. I think this is the only book in this one that has a Necronomicon in it, which is cool. Which it may not be the Necronomicon. I think it may just be a. Was it the Necronomicon in the script?
It's just a book in the script. It doesn't say what it is, but it's kind of like the Necronomicon.
Yeah. It is now because I just said it is.
Executive decision.
It's canon now.
The mysteries of the worm.
Oh, I love that layout. That's really neat.
I mean, yeah, he's got the Chiaroscuro, he's got all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a Hellboy page if you've ever seen one.
Yeah.
The only thing it's missing is Hellboy.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Cthulhu invades Hellboy.
Oh,
Actually,
man.
Public domain Hellboy.
He's pretty nice. I wouldn't say it's out of the realm of possibilities to get him to allow you to use his character.
He might like the subject material.
It's true. It's true. You guys want to look at a couple other ones?
Yeah.
All right, let's look. Let's see. Let's look at Cinderella. Look at another one of the big ones.
There's that purple again.
Lots of purple in this book, which I love because purple is our color this time. So it's good.
Is that how it was submitted, or did you add that?
The purple?
Yeah.
No, I this is how it's submitted, but purple was the theme of the colors. I wanted to switch it from the green to purple to separate it on the shelf when someone gets it to go, this is this is that, to kind of show it. So I chose purple just because I like purple. I think purple still fits in the cosmic horror realm. As Brian says, Cthulhu is purple in his eyes.
He identifies as purple.
Yeah, dude, what's crazy is him and Sebastian, a friend of ours, Sebastian, who did a story in this, are working together, and them both being colorblind is going to be very interesting.
Whoa.
But you said you're only partially colorblind, right, Brian? You're not fully?
Yeah, it's not total.
Yeah.
I just get tripped up.
That dress is so cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I love how the ugly stepsisters and the stepmom look like bitches. They're just so they didn't try to make them pretty. They just let them be mean looking, like just let them be mean.
I found the paneling really interesting in this too, where they have a lot of backspace and with colors. It was an interesting decision. Doesn't bother me. Just it's interesting.
And you said this was her first sequential work, right?
The inker. The inker.
The inker,
yes.
okay.
But the inker is her name's Amanda, and I've seen her at cons in New Hampshire, and she's so talented. She's done some covers. She's really good. I know she designed the dress.
I really like how the background is being implemented into the art and like the panel layouts. That's really interesting.
Now, this right here.
Now, wait a second.
This had a nice butt here, and I covered up that butt because I had forgot about somebody else drawing a full boob. So I feel like I should go back and go, your butt's allowed. It wasn't naked. It was just it was a butt.
I feel like we need an unedited, not safe for work version of this book.
Right?
Yeah, you slapped that on the campaign page, and we're at 40K. Like no one's listening.
Right. But that's Cinderella. The Boy Who Cried Wolf here. These are done by the Baggs brothers. These are one of my favorite artists. I love their style. I love
great design.
Oh, those colors, man.
Yeah, they're a brother duo. They do.
Stunning.
One of the brother does all the art.
Whoa.
And very, 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 very affordable too. And I'm not saying that that they're cheap. They're just very affordable. They really want to work. They're really good people.
Wow, excellent.
It's gorgeous.
I do a book with him called Expired.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The boy's spectacles are an interesting choice.
Spectacles look great.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Look. Oh, there's the big boy.
Oh, he's jacked here.
I love that even the people who've done Cthulhu, when they do Cthulhu in another version, they redo the design of their Cthulhu, which I think is funny.
Yeah, because he doesn't have just one shape.
Right. Oh, look at that.
Woo. Man.
Talk about purple.
Lots of purple. There's a lot of purple in this book. Again, no one knew about the cover until I did it. I didn't say, hey, use a purple color palette.
That's what I was wondering, yeah.
Oh, I don't know where the colors are for this, but that's all right. I'll show you the black ones. That's kind of hard to see, huh? Right?
Yeah.
It's good line art. I can tell.
You see that? I mean, look at how like detail fights and stuff. Yeah, this one's gonna be hard to show because of how detailed it is.
I like that foot in the corner.
You like that foot? That 1 foot?
Dude, feet are hard. That,
according to Rob Liefeld, that's what I hear.
He's gonna point out feet in every story now.
I just look at
that's
it.
a little.
Feet are hard, so when I see a good foot, I appreciate it.
So this is a war of a bunch of African folklore characters.
Oh, this is Greg's book?
Yeah, this is Greg's. Yep, Greg Elise's. So tons of John Henry to Ananasi to what's this guy's name? I can't even think of it right now. Yeah, it's really hard to see these guys, and every time I click the screen, it's trying to leave a comment. So, but cool stuff in here.
Cool stuff and good feet.
Good feet. Let me make it small again. So this is a hard one. Let's see. It's not. Sometimes when I have a touch screen, so I use it to make it larger, and then it makes it weird. All right. I want to keep a couple.
God.
Let's go. Shoemaker. Put some boots. Let's go put some boots. This is, you get that fun one in there. Look at that.
Meow.
Wow.
Look at that, breaking up the stuff. Doing
very
some fun
internet
stuff.
kitty.
After you read that really dark story, you turn the page and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's going to be the hardest part, I think, of this is getting the editor team to suggest, because normally we have a path that all these stories have to go on.
Yeah.
Well, there's no necessarily path, so we've got to figure out real true anthology editing where it's got to be a flow.
Yeah.
Of,
That's going to be a task.
That'll be fun.
Feel butt.
I dare say we found the palate cleanser.
That is the weakness of Cthulhu. You pants him.
There's more Cthulhu butt than there was Cinderella butt.
It's true. There's more Cthulhu butt than Cinderella butt. We need to see if we get the. I'm going to push for the Cinderella butt to come back in the final version. Let's see what
There you go.
The people need it.
Well, if you're going to push that, we may as well, push it on this one too. He can get a way leaner pair of underwear on. He has the butt for it.
Maybe some holes. Maybe some.
No, we go thong.
we just go thong.
Give him a little tramp stamp.
Exactly.
Oh, there we go.
If Cthulhu's gone and he wants to flaunt it.
If you got it, flaunt it, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else we got here?
That's what you got to do to get those extra couple backers.
So, guys, I have not showed this because it just got finished. Because of stuff.
Ooh, good mouse.
Peter, do you know who did this?
I want to say yes.
Who? Who are you saying?
I swear I've seen that top part of the panel before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have on the campaign page. Let me tell you who did this. It's Gambit. Gambit has
Gambit, right? That's it. No, but he was showing me on his phone the other day. Yeah, it's like it's insane. It's like a huge level up.
Yeah, dude, this guy's art is drastically different from what we've seen before. He is so good.
It's like I know I'd seen it somewhere. He was showing it to me the other night. Absolutely wild.
Now, Nandor, this is the only story that had the equal amount of submissions as the Red Riding Hood.
Oh, okay. Okay.
People really wanted to do the Pied Piper, man. Like they really wanted to.
Wow.
Look at that monster. It's a good monster.
That's nice.
Oh man, I love that.
Look at him.
Every time I see musical notes, I want to know if it plays something.
It does.
Knowing him, yes.
No, it does. He told us
Yeah.
when we had that signing the other day. It does. It absolutely does.
Yeah. So the artist there is also a musician.
Mazarin Garrett would be proud.
Yeah.
This is,
by the way, I'm going to share the link out. By guys, let me shut this for a second. Go to the page. We are so close to beating our last campaign for Cthulhu, so we really want to do that. That's important to us, guys. If you guys can help make that happen, we are at 672. We need 3 more backers in 26 minutes to beat last campaign.
And if we get those 3 backers, Travis will put Cthulhu in a thong.
Yeah, well, I'll go back and say Cthulhu has to happen.
Cthulhu. Yeah.
Dude, I can do a pinup of Cthulhu in a thong.
Cthulhu in a thong.
That is how you spend your time.
Cthulhu had.
Yeah, but then he definitely can't be purple because I would just make it weird.
Thong can be purple.
But yeah, guys, come on back this. Look at it. It's looking great. We've got some stuff. I'm going to show you guys some more stories in just a second.
You should show them all the stuff that goes with it. Maybe spend time doing that.
Like these?
Yeah, let's hear about some of the rewards.
Cool books and
yeah, you get physical book and digital for $29. You get the B cover for $35, which has all 20 stories right in here. And the digital for $35, you get the best friggin' like this right here. That is the mock-up of what the cover looks like. And I would buy that. I would have paid money. I would have paid full price for that. But no, this mother effer decided to do this. What the hell? What is that? So good. All right. Going back down. You can also get all of them for digital for $40. If you want to get them all for physical, it's $120. That means Oz, Wonderland, Neverland, and our newest edition, Fairy Tales. You guys know what we're doing with this this border. Have I told all of you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So in the next book, it's going to be Cthulhu / this type of stuff, and then the third one will be fully Cthulhu, kind of as it takes over, which I think is really cool. I'm excited about that. And because we got the spot glass, it's going to be all like shiny UV. You can touch it. It'll be nice. We've got some alt covers. If you guys are more of an alt cover person because you want to feel special, we can do that for you. We've got some box kits. This has been upgraded to a magnet. We've got some cover magnets. We've got some metal bookmarks. We've got comes with 2 softcover books. If you want to get the hardcover and the 2 soft covers, you can do that. It also comes with cover prints, which is nice. And this one right here in the middle is only for the preview. So this is only a print that you'll get in here. It's not going to be in the book at all, that particular piece, which is sad because it's a great piece, but got to make something good for the preview. You can buy those metal bookmarks featuring some of our cool characters. I'm going to have to give one to Nandor since I used his. I mean, or he'll be sad.
Oh, yeah.
We've got, again, we've done all the other one. We did Oz, Wonderland, and Neverland. If you want to get any of those, we kind of show you who's involved on them, show you some of the covers that you can get. Those are all as add-ons. We've got an add-on set for all the metal bookmarks, T-shirts, red bookmarks for when we complete a series. We do like a series of red villain bookmarks, which is pretty cool. Not sure if we're going to do that for this because it's going to be kind of hard, but we'll see. And then, Orange County's done a whole bunch of books, so you can buy all of our stuff. It's very cool. So that is it. That's the campaign. Again, 3 more backers to have us beat where we're at. Let's go look at some more stories. James, I miss you, man, is what Doug said.
Hey, Doug. Miss you too, dude. Doug is a good guy.
But does he miss you enough to back the campaign?
Let's find out.
That's when you can spend some time. Doug, Cthulhu Invades.
Doug has 1 million children. He literally could field an entire basketball team on his own. And I
Well, we got Fairy Tales.
Yeah, exactly. This is Fairy Tales. Check it out, Doug. You could totally freak out your kids.
Check out this one. So this is the tortoise and the hare. You guys see on this, right?
Yeah.
That's freaking out from that one time that only I could see it.
That's great.
I love this art. This is the only person that I've signed for an advanced book because I need this art style when we do Cthulhu Invades 100 Acre Woods. That's necessary. Really cool painted art. Again, such great contrast to the art and all top tier. So we've got kind of a turtle being a Zen master teaching the rabbit his ways. Kind of hanging out. And it's not a Ninja Turtle. It's like a duck-billed turtle, which is interesting. And we've got some tentacles coming. Oh, look at what we got.
Oh, God. The horror.
I like his framework.
You got the raccoon. Oh, yeah, it's really good. And the angles that he chooses is really good each time, too. Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right. Let's see. We're not showing Goldilocks yet because that's still in production. Yeah, it's still not there. And then mine is still hidden somewhere. We got the Shoemaker. We haven't done that one yet.
I got a question for you, Travis. Which one of the books, because there's some totally different attempts to pull off some really interesting visuals for this one. Which one surprised you the most?
Of all the books, what visual?
Like in this one. Which one which one when you got the art finals just was way different than what you were expecting?
Yours, just because I know your art and it doesn't normally look like that. Yours is the most unexpected. Nandor's is as well because that guy's art style, like you just can't predict what you're going to get on the page. like I know what Nandor wrote, and then his art style is just so unique. Like it's kind of like a whole new adventure. Hello, Travis, and for every Arthur. A hello for Travis and for every author. Would you say that's an accurate statement, Nandor? Like you don't know what you're going to get back from him.
Yeah, I mean, like I know. I will say I do know, like in terms of the layouts and everything, but it's really the color work where Marco really shines and where he really gets to kind of fire on all cylinders. But I'm always really fascinated by his thought process, and I rarely. He always has a reason for what he does. So I always ask him questions, and if there's anything that kind of deviation, we go over it together. And I see his reasoning, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, no, I like that. I like that a lot." So,
no, I feel that. Your microphone's so good. I think it's picking up like TV in the background from in the house.
I get your echo.
But yeah, all right. So this is really like trippy, which I think is cool.
Wait a second.
I don't know what's going on here.
Crazy
people. Yeah. This is pretty close to not safe for work. I'm going to be honest. The more pages I look at, less I feel comfortable with this book.
Yeah, look at that bug doing that thing.
Doing that thing.
Yep.
Thing.
Who did the art for that one?
Dave, right?
Let's see.
Somebody who likes bugs.
I really like that style. That really spoke to me.
Oh, that's Dan Smith, the guy who did the same. Believe it or not, that's the same guy who did the Billy Goats. Like it's the same artist.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Versatile. Juniper Tree. This is a black and white one. We are going to color it. We weren't going to color it because of it just excels, but everybody else is colored, so we felt we needed to. We didn't want to have it distract. So we're going to get some muted colors in here. Look at that. Juniper Tree, if you haven't read, is a wild story.
Wow.
Our boy C.R. Florence always kills it, always delivers. Really cool stuff. Look, there's almost nudity on every page. You guys are out of control.
Say, are you looking at this? Hold on a second.
Right. I'm gonna have a meeting with everyone. Hey.
We heard you calling Tom out really early on and just decided solidarity.
Right.
It's like breach of contract.
Yeah, those pages are not in order. I just realized this is 3. This is 5. This is 6. Okay. All right. Apparently, he decided to not use the same naming convention throughout, so I've got to go in and fix that. Interesting.
Oh,
you can tell the artists who have ADD. We all do stupid stuff like that.
Dude, if the pages didn't get named by the software that I use, I would screw that up every time.
Right? Oh, where's my Rumpelstiltskin folder? All right, hold on. Let me. No backers, guys. Nothing's changing.
No.
We're still at 72.
672. 15 minutes to go, people. What the world are y'all waiting for?
Come on, we just established that there's a bunch of nudity.
Right.
Hey.
We now know that this is not safe for workbook.
Man, if I'd have just known that, I wouldn't have had to use all those bodices.
Why do detailed shading when you can just draw a boob?
Exactly.
And this is the only I'm going to show you from mine, just because they're still coloring it, and I don't feel that this does it justice to see the black and white. But there you go.
I'm always jealous of Chris.
He's so good, right?
Yeah. I always, every time I find like I've done something really good, I go back and I see whatever action scene he just did. Like, damn it, God damn it.
I love
he's
how
really,
that's,
really good.
I was just gonna say I love how that's like dripping out of the panel. That's cool.
Yeah, it's somehow dripping crystal.
Do you remember if that was in the script? Like that's specific
yes, the crystals are breaking.
But coming through the panel like that, was that in the script?
No, I don't think so.
It's just
I think
okay.
I just had the crystal broken.
I thought Travis was going to take credit if it was good.
No, I'm not going to take credit. My writing speaks for itself. I don't need to do. I'll give the artist his credit, right? From what I understand, from the artists that I work with, they just tell me that scripting is just guidelines. That's not. They'll draw whatever they want. It's my. I got to fix it after. It's not 100% true, but it is. You worked with Patrick, and I worked with Patrick Andor. We have had 2 disagreements on the way he's laid out things. Both times he's convinced me that I was wrong. Now it's script. So,
yeah.
What am I going to do with it?
What do our artists want writers to know? Like,
right.
Is there a? I would love to know what the artist's like. God damn it! If I could just get my writer to do X.
Don't put action in the page.
What's that?
They're still images, not action shots.
Oh.
Yeah, I've taken describing things as panels 3 to 5. Make that happen.
Yeah, that's actually easier than them trying to say out each action because they'll mess up the way. It's the part that drives me the craziest. You can tell how many times they've done a comic book or not by how much action they try to leave inside of it. Oh, well, he turns his head to the left. No, you can't draw somebody turning their head. It doesn't work that way. He's either looking left or he's not. And you can tell if the writer understands it or not. That's the one that drives me like As soon as I see it, I start banging my head against the wall.
But there's moving head actions in comics where you can do the like lines and show that his head is moving.
Well, they are, but that's not what the person was trying to do. They're literally like, they're usually writing in first the person turns to the left, then the person turns to the right, and then and then they'll describe a look on the person's face with like some weird emotion that doesn't even have like a visual sequence for it.
Wow, I haven't had that problem yet.
Yeah, I've run into that. I ran into one script where it was like every single panel was an action shot, and I was trying to get the guy to understand that mechanically there are limits to what the comic artist can do. So just that part is the one that drives me the craziest. I'd say the second part is understand how many words can be in the panel without it like ceasing to be a comic panel.
Have you read Granite State Punk? I challenge that notion on every page on purpose.
I read his last one.
Yeah, but there's an energy there's an energy to Granite State Punk. The whole book feels like it's like in
the conversation.
Yeah,
I agree, and I do the rule of thumb for Granite State. By the way, when I write, it's way worse than it is on the page. We basically go, what makes Patrick's art stand out the most? That's really the rule. I know it doesn't feel like that when you read it, but that book is about word vomit, like explaining,
right.
like
it's supposed to be visceral, though. It's supposed to be pouring off the page like that. That's just, that's some guys are just not even going for that, but that's how they're writing it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
So I'm going to show this. So this is some gold.
Oh, I love their faces.
Look at how cute they are.
Good bears.
That's gonna be fun.
Look how serious the dad bear looks in the corner.
So we got those couple of funny ones, Puss in Boots and Goldilocks, to kind of break up all the amateur porn you guys have written. Book.
Amateur.
All right, so let's do
amateur.
So now that we've gone through the book a little bit, we've got about 10 minutes left. Let's talk about the experience of working with it, because I know for some of you guys it's your first anthology or you haven't worked with a lot of them. And like, I'm open to even criticism. Hey, I wish this was done better. Like I'm an open guy. I don't mind stuff, but I'd love to hear your experience. So let's go around the room and talk about that. Jay, you still haven't talked a lot, so we're going to start with you. You're too quiet.
I had a great time. I appreciate being invited to pitch a story, and it was great working with Max. He always turns pages around so quick. And I don't really think there was anything that you could have changed for the anthology, but I haven't worked with other anthologies either. So I do have like no other experience with anthologies.
I broke your virginity is what you're saying.
You did. Nice and gently.
Nice and gently.
Oh, no.
I try to be sensitive. By the way, we still need 3 more backers in 8 minutes. We can do this.
Come on, guys.
Come on, please, people, please.
In fact, let's bring it up here like the whole time. So, like, to show that we're embarrassed and ashamed by everyone who is not backing.
We can't be this close. We can't be this close.
We're this close. And Jerome was like, we're not going to make it. I want to prove Jerome wrong. It's very important to check if you guys haven't done it. That, by the way, that's something. Let's talk about that for a minute. Jerome being the whole letter of the book. Some people love that. Some people that's really frustrating because they love to letter their own stuff. How is that with you guys' teams?
I lettered mine anyway, and then just took it out for the final.
You could send that to Jerome, and he'd probably appreciate it, so he could know where you were thinking for spacing.
Well, that's exactly why I do it. I do it to keep the spacing on the books, and like when we were talking earlier about writers, who may or may not be making a mistake. Word balloons and their placement and how it works with the art is really important. It saves the artist time to know if there's an area where they shouldn't be loading up with detail. And in all honesty, there's been panels I've done on books where I turned it in and then the letterer covered up stuff that I was exceptionally proud of. So sometimes it's a rock and a hard place. I don't mind at all because Jerome knows what he's doing, but I always try to make sure that I letter it myself, guessing where a good person's gonna put him, just to make his work even easier. I don't. The harder you make things on your letterer, the more challenging the book is going to be to read, and a challenging book to read is a book that's not going to translate to the reader.
True that. Anybody else thoughts on that, or thoughts on the experience here?
Well, I can tell you mine was long and arduous. I got it early and I had lots of time.
So Brian, just the reason why I say that, Brian, he's a local guy. I love to hire local people, so you get an advantage if you want to be in Cthulhu. If you move to the Melbourne Palme area, and I find you talented, because there's people who live in this area who I have not hired. There's reasons. Brian is not that guy. I saw his work. We got another one. Look.
Yeah.
So close.
Two more, guys.
Two more.
By the way, I have a late pledger, so we should be able to beat it regardless. But still,
it's principle.
So Brian, I saw his work. Somebody dropped out last minute, and I was like, no, nobody dropped out. We were at 19 stories. Someone did drop out. They were supposed to have a Midas story. That person dropped out. And I really had my heart set on 20 stories. I wanted 20 stories per book. So I got Chuck Setterly. I actually got Brian first, and then I said, I'll get you a writer. Chuck Setterly. Chuck took longer to write the script than Brian took to draw the script. Never the way it's ever been in the history of comics. Maybe Kirby. Kirby was pretty fast. So Kirby maybe, but Brian's a young Kirby.
That's who I aspire to be.
Just call me the young Kirby.
So Brian's late. So sorry, go ahead, Brian. So you were in late, but you've been in all the, you've made up for it on the marketing. You've been in everything.
Yeah, I mean, it just so happened I had a coinciding Kickstarter, right? So I was like, yeah, I'll jump on all the calls. But yeah, it's been great. It's been great. My first anthology. And then, hopefully doing more here. And, it got me really busy all of a sudden. I will say that.
And we've signed, if you guys don't know, we signed, here, I'll show you guys in a second. We signed Brian for a part of the contract. He is in all three. Not just doing stories, because he is doing stories or something in all three, but he is going to be creating these pages. He randomly sent me this we do a creator copy and the creators get a cover. I asked him to do it because I really like his work. He sent me this shit. Now that is officially the first page of all the Cthulhu Invades Fairy Tales. So he's going to have to do that 3 more times. Or 2 more times. So. All right,
I'm surprised nobody did a whole story in stained glass.
I am shocked too. We do have that in Oz, but nobody did one for Fairy Tales.
Yeah, I remember that.
Anybody else got stories?
So I am never more energized about making comics than I am when I'm working with you guys on Cthulhu stuff. Like being in the group and watching everybody come together and make this stuff, and then getting to come on here with you guys and do these shows. Like the energy that everybody brings to this is contagious. And I am never more jazzed about making comic books than I am when I'm working with you guys.
I love the hangouts. They're cool.
Yeah. Like I live way out in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, and so there's very, very little comic book community out here. And so I live for stuff like this. Like this is feeds me for the rest of the year until the next time we do Cthulhu Invades. And that's probably my biggest complaint is we need to find excuses to do this more often.
Well, I mean, we may have 3 next year, so I mean, I can't give you more than that.
I would imagine. I know we don't talk about it enough, but Travis's part and the editing and the bringing it all together. These aren't small books.
Yeah,
they're not, and I know that keeping the talent level up always helps with that. But there's a reason why they're not all 300-page anthologies, and the fact that we even get to participate in it, and that whenever Travis does these is an awesome part. But yeah, dude, like the amount of effort he has to put into getting all of those freaking creative cats going in the same direction is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I was telling Ben just yesterday about the projects that I knew for sure that Travis was doing, and that wasn't even counting the his solo personal stuff that he does. Like, he's got to be one of the hardest working guys in indie comics. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that. And now I try to work. I love doing this. We're down to seconds now, guys. We really need.
Come on, two people.
Come on, guys, two people.
If we at least get one more, we like at least even up, right? We at least even up, like break even.
I don't think I've ever watched a countdown like this.
It gets really scary.
It's only fun when you're with other people.
It goes red. It goes red in the last few seconds.
Well, and then sometimes I actually say a lot of times there's always one person who drops in the last 5 minutes.
Right, yeah.
Okay today, but normally I think everyone's out doing Friday night stuff, so they're not canceling. But normally you get one right at the end. You're like, you mother effer, why did you do this? So good. We're down to the last minute. Anybody else got anything to say about Cthulhu Invades Fairy Tales before we shut the chapter for chapter 1?
Just that I'm proud to do it with everybody.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been quite a bit of fun. It's very, very different from the others because of that lack of one story kind of going all the way through everything. But as soon as the artwork started coming in, people started getting really excited about what they were doing. It was like, oh, there it is.
I think that's one of the things that I do really well with the anthologies is I'm part of so many anthologies, and like most of them, I don't see anybody's art until the end. Like where I get a book and I'm like, oh, that looked really nice. And this one, we saw people sharing and communicating and like bragging, people one-upping, and it helps when someone posts a page that's good. Somebody else in the next week will get on their guy and they'll post a page to kind of counter. So, 13 seconds, guys. We are 10.
I know when I'm last few seconds.
We
Got 34.
Maybe tied.
Woohoo!
Look at that.
All right, we tied.
I've done 3 Kickstarters. I've never seen this.
No.
Look at these wonderful, wonderful fireworks.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing. Did Travis fuck up late pledges?
Yeah, I'm scared of it.
That's the next. Well, it's a new function too.
It's. I think I fucked it up again. It's not. Let it.
Travis, there's stuff you have to do first.
I already did it on the back.
I thought you had to get the surveys collected before to let the late pledges go off.
No, service. I don't know. All right, I fucked it up again. I don't know what I'm doing.
I think it's broken.
It may be. It may be.
Yeah.
I fucked up the last one. I'm pretty sure I did it right this one, but it did not. Did you have the same problem?
Yeah, I tried it. It didn't work.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't.
User error in my case. Because
Wait, but are you signed in as yourself?
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Can you sign out and see it?
No, I'll go. Well, yeah.
Well,
Somebody else bring it up and see if you can pledge.
Because
normally I can pledge, but not pledge. You know what I'm saying?
It says back this project.
Okay.
You can't see it, but it's green. And I already backed it, so I don't know why it's telling me that. But
Yeah, and it is saying at the top of the page, this project successfully funded, but you can still put in a late pledge.
So maybe it is because of you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool.
I gotta see it. I logged myself out, so I gotta see this. Back this project. Okay. Look at that.
So those of you watching, you still have time. You're not part of the Cool Kids Club, but you still have time.
Other late pledge
It looks
award.
like I still messed it up a little bit because there's only a couple things you can pledge up, but whatever. You can get cover B, you can get a digital. Like, it's all right. It's all right.
Damn.
Whatever. It's better than nothing, guys. It's better than nothing.
Good job.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for the team. Really appreciate it. Did all these before. I am so proud of you guys, especially Nandor, Jay, and Brian. And Tom, we're going to consider this your first, even though you did Neverland.
Take it.
Thank you guys for being part of this adventure. We love these books; these mean the world to us. We're an exclusive club of people who get to do this, create these wonderful things, and really. I don't want you guys to, don't want you to take for granted. Like most of us, if we're going to be honest, we're not going to make it to Marvel, DC, or all the things we'd like to create. But for a minute, you guys got to touch on some fairy tales that will outlive you, right? Nandor got to write Little Red Riding Hood. Like that's not a character that many people have got to write. You've touched and added to that mythos. 674 people will look at it or read it. About 300 will read it. The other 3, I don't know what they do with their books.
I'll look at it. Maybe they won't read it.
They're getting no, we sell a lot of these books at cons and stuff. This is a good selling for cons, and I think that we take for granted sometimes that what this is, but I think it's bigger than what it's not. It's bigger than a comic because you get to touch things and inspire things, and people bought it because they love Cthulhu and they loved fairy tales, and they bought it because of that combination. Because these things have outlived us, and they've have a market. Disney's exploited them for years. Like these things matter to people, and I think it's important that you have now given back to those people, and I don't think we appreciate that as much. It's something I've appreciated as these books have got a lot. We're giving them new content, right? Because they don't have new content. I think that's one of the coolest things why public domain was made. Like public domain doesn't make any sense. Like if Nandor creates something, I don't know why I keep using Nandor. I'm going to use Stoney. If Stoney creates something, he should be able to give it to his kids and grandkids and generations and never have to give it to anybody. But somebody somewhere said, no, these things over time belong to the world. And I think it's beautiful.
Unless you're Disney.
So, all right, with that, we are going to wrap up. If you guys want to tell people where you guys are from, where they can find you, let's do that. And then I'm going to let you enjoy your Friday night. I've taken up most of it, but I'm sure there's still things you can do. Bars close at 2. Peter, tell us about the bar you're going to, because I know you're all about the club getting tipsy.
Such a heavy drinker and cancer and loud noises and things of that nature. Yeah.
Right. All the things you love, and you're not allergic to a lot of food.
Like I'm not allergic to most of the planet, right? I'll go to the bar of my fridge and get some fresh water.
Ooh, fancy.
As far as online, you can't find me.
Private.
Just private, as it turns out. That said, next project I'm associated with that'll be coming soon. Travis is actually associated to it as well. It's called Pots and Panels. It is a comic cookbook. It's going to have lots of really amazing creators, some amazing stories, and some amazing recipes all in the same book. So if you can you go over to potsandpanels.com, check that out. Hoping, I think in October, we're supposed to be going to Kickstarter with that.
Nice. Yes, absolutely. Next up. Come on. You guys can follow the order. All right, James.
Oh. Sorry, I was waiting for the next person to talk. I can be found pretty easily at angerbrainartworks.com or on Instagram at JamesBurtonII. The work that I normally do is with Damage Incorporated and Scattered Comics, which has got multiple issues that have gone through Kickstarter. There's another one coming up. I haven't set a date for it yet. And I also have The Ballad of Nod, which is going to be about a little girl having to fight the nightmares of the dream world in order to take care of her teddy bear.
Nice. All right.
All right. Yeah, so you can find me at wolfcomics.net. You could order the comics that I've got on there. Grave Sitter, Steel Victory is coming out in the next few weeks. I'll have that done. And I'm also going to be in Pots and Panels. I'm writing and drawing a story for that and did a recipe for burritos. So there's that. So that'll be my second anthology, which is awesome. And I'm just finishing up that. And I don't know, a lot of other stuff I'm suddenly swamped with. So, Tom.
But here's the thing. If you want Brian to draw something, you sign him up for a project now. He'll at least give you a page because he gets excited.
Totally doing that. Yeah. Well, thanks for having me again, Travis. Appreciate it. I'm going to be found here as long as you spell my name right. Levine. I'm pretty easy to dig up online. And just wrapped a Kickstarter yesterday, so my next one's going to be in October. That'll be a issue 1 of a 3-part, at least to start anyway, 3-part horror series called Exorcist, about a team of plucky survivors who have to go conduct a global exorcism in order to undo a sort of possession plague that's taken over the world.
Right.
Yeah. You can find me at Bald Bearded Bard across social media. I don't have anything new to announce right now, but I will soon. So check that social media.
Mm-hmm.
You have a store, Stoney.
I do not.
I thought you did.
No, sorry. If you want to buy anything, go visit Travis's website.
I'll take the money. Money. However, he does good at cons. Like I sent him a bunch of books, and he was like, "Dude, you need to send me more books. I need them." So if you get Stoney to your con, he'll sell stuff.
That's
that may not help you as a con promoter, but it'll help Stoney.
Exactly. And my army of children, yeah.
It is our army of children. He also can have a opposite soccer field to your friend James to play against each other.
We're up to 7, so.
Jay.
I can be found at Comics and Cosmos on Twitter, Instagram, and other social media platforms. And I'm trying to fulfill my last campaign, and hopefully in October I'll be running issue 2 of Kid Cretaceous.
Which Kids Cretaceous is one of the digitals that we're giving away on this campaign. So.
It is.
Nandor.
Yes. So you can find me, Nandor Fox Schaefer, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can also find me on Foxhole Comics. If you look up Foxhole Comics, I have a web store. And also, please sign up, subscribe to my newsletter, foxholecomics.substack.com. And I have a new book launching on Kickstarter October 1st. It's Man-Child issue 3, where the Sadistic Six take on the Monarch Crier, and Rufus Boston spends a day at the comic book store all alone, working a really, really busy new comic book day. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a great story. And I'm currently fulfilling the Fabled offering. I just got the books yesterday, so I'm really excited to send those out to people. And I have a lot more in the pipeline, so you'll see me on a lot of different shows and doing a lot of interviews soon. And thank you, Travis, for having me for this anthology. I'm really excited to be in this. I love the idea of getting my work in front of so many people, and also building this community and meeting everyone that I've met here has been really exciting. And it's also been a great creative challenge for me, and working on a different property, not only working on one property, but merging 2 of them basically, and trying to play with that. So I really enjoyed doing that, and I can't wait to see these books. I think they're going to look beautiful.
Yeah.
I decided to eat, so hold on.
I should have kept talking.
Dude, as soon as we're
Sugar
done,
wafer. They don't take a lot. It's a peanut butter sugar wafer. They don't take a lot to go down, so it's fine. I'm Travis Kim. I will have another Kickstarter for you this month. Next month, it'll be we'll be at Hospice Trade. For those of you guys who've been waiting for that, we're going to try to get this fulfilled as quickly as possible. We're hoping to get the preview done this weekend. In fact, if we get it, the sooner we get it done, we'll actually share that to all the backers to get people excited about what's going on. Get that going to everyone. We're cool like that. In Diamond right now, you can buy Granite State Punk: The Coven. It's one of my favorite issues. It's kind of play with your heartstrings if you haven't read it. So if you didn't back the Kickstarter, this is a good chance to get it. It's got 2 covers. It's got one by Patrick Brumeyer and the second one by Eli Gambit. And then Ryan Wolf's cover has been approved, but I'm not sure if it's going to be either an eBay exclusive or a Whatnot exclusive. So the minute we have that information, Brian and myself will be sharing that out. But it is an amazing cover. In fact, why not share it here? Why wouldn't we share it here, Brian?
Okay.
We haven't shared it out. Let's do it. I could probably not get the downloads here, though, can I? Let's do
I'm gonna
that.
check out, you guys. I gotta get the kids to bed. Thank you again.
Tom.
Right, Tom.
Good all you, man.
Tom,
Thank
your
you.
kids, if they stay up too late and go crazy, it's fine. You have free healthcare. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, just let them.
You know,
just do it.
you'd think that's the case.
Yeah, it's
Not
just
that
free.
free.
You're fine. You're fine. So, all right, good night, Tom.
All right, take care, everybody. Thank you.
See you, Tom.
This is the one thing. Come on. It's uploading to the queue. All right. Here we go. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good. Lots of cool
Nice.
stuff in that. It'll be really cool. Also gave tons of room up here for the logo, which is great. Shows that Brian is a professional, that he knows where logos go, because all my other artists, including Patrick, do not care about logos. And I go, Jerome, you're the letterer. That's your. He doesn't like that answer. He doesn't like that answer. But again, thank you guys so much. This is the second biggest campaign that Orange Cone has done. We're so happy. Hopefully that we get this book out to you. Our goal is to push Peter and Kath and my wife Heather have been already working on editing and getting things done. We'd love to get this out to you by Christmas. We're not making any promises, but that is our goal. I want to make sure you guys have it in your hand. Well, Merry Christmas. All right, that's it. Good night. I'm going to play that outro. Where's the outro, guys? Oh,